Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And today we're talking very quickly about this lawsuit between Louie Gohmert and Mike Pence. And more importantly, what Mike Pence is asking the court to do. Mike Pence has responded to this lawsuit. But first, let's have a quick recap about what the lawsuit is. And I will have a link to the actual lawsuit document and the request by Mike Pence down in the description below if you want to read the full things for yourself. But I'm going to give you a quick hit summary on what's going on. Okay, so Louie Gohmert sued Mike Pence in the Eastern District of Texas. That's in federal court. And he sued Mike Pence asking for what's called declaratory relief. And this is an important part of Mike Pence's request for dismissal. So Louie has sued Mike Pence, but he's asking the court to declare that the Electoral Count Act is unconstitutional. The Electoral Count Act is an 1887 law, and it dictates how the 12th Amendment count of electoral votes is conducted on January 6th. So the way the Electoral Count Act works is it provides a set of instructions, and it provides a set of instructions over the ensuing debate if there is a challenge to the electoral count. Let's take a quick look at the 12th Amendment section that talks about what Mike Pence as vice president is supposed to do. It's at the bottom of this paragraph. It is the president of the Senate, which is the vice president, shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be president. And then it also says greatest number of votes for vice president shall be vice president. Okay, so review. Mike Pence shall, that's controlling forceful language, in the presence of the Senate and the House of Representatives, so they have to be there, open all the certificates, all of the certificates, and the vote shall then be counted. Okay, that's it. It's a pretty bare instruction, but the Electoral Count Act actually has a bunch of other instructions put in there. Now, this act has been relatively unchallenged since its inception, and so this is kind of a novel challenge to it. But the idea that Louie Gohmert has is to have the court declare that unconstitutional as an impermissible violation of the vice president's power. And what he's looking to do here is find that the vice president has discretionary authority over which slate of electors to read and which slate of electors to count. And then, that's kind of the idea, is that he would be able to read the alternate slates of electors that were submitted to him. Now, I'm not here to debate the validity of those alternate slates of electors. If you believe that they're wrong, great. If you believe that they're right, great. That's not really the point here. The point that Louie Gohmert is trying to get across is that the vice president has the discretion over which slate of electors to read, not to determine their validity. Actually, that would be reserved to a congressional challenge. So that is kind of where this stands. And that's all ancillary to the question of whether or not this lawsuit should go on or should be dismissed. Now, Mike Pence, in his filing, is asking for dismissal. And so many people will immediately say that Mike Pence is taking the side opposed to Donald Trump, that he is a snake or something like that. And that doesn't capture the nuance of this request for dismissal. Mike Pence is still actually sitting on the fence on this one. By asking for dismissal, the reasons he's using is that he, as vice president, is not the proper target of this lawsuit. And the argument goes like this. This is a request for declaratory relief, which means that the court has to determine three things. One, that there is a case or controversy between the two parties. Two, that the court has the power to review and resolve the case or controversy between the two parties. And three, that the court should then extend its discretionary authority to give the remedy that's available in Part 2. Mike Pence is arguing that there isn't a case or controversy because Louie Gohmert is seeking to empower Mike Pence. He's not seeking to strip away or confront the power that Mike Pence has. That would be a case, or that would be a controversy, saying that the vice president has too much power and it should be curtailed. Rather, Mike Pence says that the proper parties to this lawsuit are the House and the Senate. So that is the argument that is being made as to why this case should be dismissed, that it is improper with the relief requested, that the declaratory relief cannot be given unless there's an actual controversy between the two. Now, the dismissal request is pretty carefully written to not state whether or not the electors clause is valid or anything like that. Mike Pence has not taken a side on the argument other than this argument is being made against the wrong person. So I hope that helps you understand what's going on. Make your decision about whether Mike Pence is, on the fence, if he's picked a side. Let me know what you think about this lawsuit in general. Let me know what you think about my analysis. Drop a comment in below. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. And also like and subscribe, of course, for more updates about the election, for political and legal news in quick segments. All right. Talk to you soon. Peace. Peace.